What is going on, guys? We are back with a video today, and as you can tell, I'm finally back home. We're finally back in northern Wisconsin. It was a fun run up at Leech Lake, northern Minnesota. Fished a few different lakes up there. Fishing was good, as it normally is up there. Just a really fun bite going on. But we are officially back, and one question we always get in the YouTube comments, which I always kind of laugh at, is not so much a question as a statement, is why don't you fish smaller lakes that receive a lot of pressure that don't have as many walleyes in it? Which is a pretty common question, because my guess is most of you guys probably live in areas that don't have huge 100,000 acre lakes and don't have walleye numbers like a Lake of the Woods or a Leech Lake or a Mille Lacs or things like that. Well, funny thing is, neither do I. I live in an area where like a big lake's like 3,000 acres, 2,500 acres, and walleyes are very pressured and they're very low density. So today we're back home and we're gonna fish another one of these lakes. And this lake I have not filmed a video on all year. Now, it traditionally has a good bite whenever fish are relating to shallow flats like weeds and things like that. And that's kind of the, obviously the prevalent bite this time of year, in this fall time frame, is a lot of times you can fish a shallow bite or a deep bite. I generally prefer to fish a shallow bite. And that's what we're gonna do. A lot of these lakes average one adult walleye per acre, and that number is quickly shrinking as many people are keeping a lot of fish. So that's the agenda for today. Go out onto one of these lakes I haven't filmed on all season. Stella, my gosh, you are so annoying. We got both the dogs with, and got to get them a little exercise out in the boat today. And yeah, break down and hopefully catch some of these shallow flat walleyes on a lake, which I have not been on the whole season. So stay tuned, let's get it going on. It's gonna be a nice little fall day. We finally got a day where the high is like 44, 45, 46 degrees and 31 degrees this morning. So it's officially kind of like fall out now. You think about the third week of October for me. Most time it's already snowed a couple times. Most time every single day the high is like 41, 42. Everything's freezing right away in the morning. And we're still not quite that cold, but we're right there. So things are kind of finally on par for how fall normally is. So stay tuned, let's get it going on. Catch some of these fall walleyes. Stella, you're right in the camera frame, and we'll see you on the water. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, love it. Well, it took a bunch of casts, but we did get one. Stella. Surly just likes being out. Stella is obsessed with fishing. She watches the rod, she watches what's going on. She knows there's a fish getting ready to come on board. Look at that, Stilly. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Up here. There we go. Pretty healthy, perky fall walleye right there. Like I said, I probably made, I don't know, 4 or 5 casts at him. They kind of shifted from back behind me to off the side of me. And I can see him just watching. There we go. There's a nice walleye number one. And man, when he finally bit, he just absolutely smashed it. Boom! Big, hard, jig thumping bite. Yeah, still, you like the walleyes. You like the walleyes. Well, let's let that guy go. Do it again. If we can get 5 of these things this morning, I'm gonna call that a little decent outing for around here. Oh! Wow, next cast. I realized we had some audio issues on that first clip. I gave Mitchell a GoPro battery, and for some reason GoPros do this weird thing where unless you have everything right, you get like limited features when you try to do some of these audio things, which is ridiculous. So I'm just gonna talk really loud. But look at that, Stella. Look at that. We got another one. 2 casts in a row. Can't complain about that. We'll get them off here. Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love this kind of bite. And it is chilly out today, but it feels good. You know, I've been saying this whole fall, whenever it actually gets cold, we're gonna start getting really cold because we're just spoiled with how ridiculously warm it's been out every single day. Look at that, crisp, clean, northern Wisconsin eater walleyes right there. Nice little 17-incher, just perky as can be. I'll give you a lick, Stelly. Then we gotta let him go. We gotta let him go. Okay, let's let that guy go. See you later. Super important, you know, I try to stress catch and release obviously as much as I can. Some bodies of water, you know, these really thriving large bodies of water, you probably, you know, that you should be able to keep a couple fish, you know, I mean, that's just kind of part of fishing. But in a lot of these northern Wisconsin, smaller lakes that get a lot of pressure, southern Wisconsin, you know, these lakes that are just heavily pressured, not that big, don't have these huge robust stocking programs. Very important to be, you know, really thinking about catch and release all the time. Because you could visually, you know, fishing a lot of these same lakes for as long as I have, I can visually watch a lot of these pods of fish shrink year to year. Oh yeah, there you go. Right there, right there indeed. Oh, I think we just got bit. Yep, right there, hooked up. Wow, 2 pods of fish so far. We got 3 bites out of them. That's not too bad. And I was just saying off camera, unintentionally saying it off camera, how, you know, when you're fishing these high pressured lakes, and you guys are probably like, oh, there's nobody out there today. Oh yeah, there's nobody out here today, but it's like a Tuesday or something like that, and it's really cold out, and it's late October. All summer long, this lake gets a lot of pressure, but when you're fishing a lot of these high pressure lakes, and don't expect to catch every fish out of that school. You know, they move around a lot and they're very pressure oriented. So you might catch a fish in that pot of fish. They might move and bust out, and then you got to chase them down or go fish a different pot of fish. And I'm sure our audio is just going to be terrible today, but I don't really care. Look at that. Another nice, beautiful walleye right there. We'll let that guy go. We're trying our best without the regular mic I got to get decent audio. It's about as good as it gets. Be a nice nice little northern Wisconsin limit of walleyes right there. Okay, now we're talking a little bit better here. Now we're talking. I'll take a screenshot for you guys here on the 360. Now what you're gonna see is a weed edge that comes to an end, and a bunch of fish sitting right on the back side of that. And man, that is just how we like to do it right there. Feels like possibly a little better fish here, I'm gonna say. If it's a walleye, it's a real nice one. Oh, it's a really nice walleye. Oh my gosh, I didn't know we were gonna get one of these studs today. And for the first pitch in there, my gosh, dude, look at that thing. Look at that beast. Oh my goodness. That thing just got so big so quick. Oh my gosh, dude. This is one of the biggest ones I've jigged around here in a while. And he just came right on in. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, come here. You want to talk about the power of 360? There it is right there. Oh my goodness, dude. A stud. A stud, Surly. Look at this thing. Man, dude, it's been a while. I'll say this. It has been a while since I've caught one like this up here. And these northern clear body water fish, 1/4 ounce jig are so pretty. Look at that beast right there. Oh my goodness. Stella, do not eat my jig. No, no. Do not eat that, Stella. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, dude, look at the melon on that. I'm blown away. You know, when you go from catching eaters to one like that, holy cow. I mean, my gosh, I don't even want to let that thing go. Look at that. The thing is probably all of 27, a little more probably, but just big, thick, and beefy. We're gonna let her go. That thing is just a handful. I mean, look at that. She's gonna be super healthy. Right back down to the depths. Wow, you know, we just moved spots and just cruising down the weed edge, looking for fish, and right there. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Fall, big fish, up shallow, shooting them off side imaging in 360 with the jig. Is there a better, funner way to catch a fish? Probably not. Probably not. Well, we got, I think that's our 4th fish of our outing here. A couple of, like 3 of those eater-sized ones, and then just a freak nasty stud. Just a freak nasty stud. Wow, I am just amazed that that fish showed up. And you could fish a lot of water for a lot of days before you catch one like that out of here, I can tell you that. Some of you guys from Erie right now, or Lake of the Woods, or wherever huge walleyes are all the time, or, you know, even our videos from last week on Leech are probably like, oh, yo, it just looks like another one. Well, yeah, it does, but a lot more rewarding when that happens on these little pothole northern Wisconsin lakes, that's for sure. Look at that. Right away. Second cast after I let that first good one go. Here we just got your average size one. I love fishing clear water. If nothing else, just for that right there. Man, it was just too cool. And you guys are probably like, oh, why are you always fishing clear water lakes in northern Wisconsin? Well, for some reason, and it's probably just how the lakes are built and how they're made, and a lot of our stain systems up here are not as good for walleye fishing. They're just not as good. There we go. It's just kind of, you know, your 16-inch eater right there. The previous fish weighed about 6.5 more pounds than that one did. We'll grab another minnow here and keep on trucking away, because they are bitey. And, you know, fall's the exact opposite as spring. Spring, when you get a cold front, fishing is bad. Fall, when you get a cold front, fishing is good. Fish know that change is coming, and they like the cold. And it's a lot of, you know, a lot of times your real warm days in the spring, or warm periods of weather, you'll see worse fishing. Where in the fall, you almost want this, these cold snaps. And if you have a lot of nights that are in the 50s, then all of a sudden you get a night in the 20s. That next day is a lot of times a really good day to be out. And that's kind of exactly what we got going on right now. And let me tell you, they are biting the jig, aren't they, Stelly? They are biting the jig right now. My trolling motor's all twisted up. Not gonna be another 7-pounder. Got another nice walleye here. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're having some fun now. We are having some fun now. Let's grab them. And the sun popped out, and all of a sudden we got on the right pot of fish at the right time. And look at that. I absolutely love it. Stella's got some work in the boat. She's constantly getting tangled and stuff, constantly eating things. Look at that. Another beautiful one right there. Wow. The sun's probably all wrong, but he's just glistening on my side. There we go. Too amazing. Too amazing. Just baiting up again here. I'm just using your regular kind of walleye sucker. Just a little bit bigger than, you know, fathead size stuff. Hooking it right on there. You guys kind of know the drill. You might be able to get these fish on plastics, but I'm sitting so close to them right now. I don't really want to reposition. It's hard to make these real short casts with a plastic and still get these same results. Now, a lot of times plastics work really well when you're making long extended casts, But for a lot of the short range pitching stuff, what is my trolling motor doing? Oh, look at this right here though. Wow, dude. Is this what fall walleye fishing's made of or what? It's just find these pods up in the weeds and get kind of pinpointed and dialed at pitching to them. And when you're on the right pot of fish, you can get one on every cast. You know, like we are right now. I would not expect to see another freak stud like that one was. But hey, I mean, it's just kind of your cookie cutter, you know, 15, 16, 17 inches right now. We'll take it every time. You know, and just like that, it's kind of the advantage of the 360. You guys kind of saw how fast action that was. There was way more fish there than what we just caught. But they're gone. You know, as I was sitting there spot locked, all of a sudden I just rebaited after I caught that last one, looked at my 360 and there wasn't a single fish on it. Kind of loop back through the area, nothing there. So that's kind of how pressured and how quickly these fish can move around. A lot of times when you're fishing these smaller pockets of fish in a real isolated small spot, you pull a few fish out of that area and a lot of times that school just busts. So now we are back on the hunt for more. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was a fish. Do we have another stud daddy? Is it possible? 2 of these big fish one day? I almost can't even believe it because those fish are so rare. No, this is a different scenario. I don't know how this happened. Look how this fish is hooked. He's literally hooked in the back somehow, which probably means, would be my guess, is that he bit the jig. I was messing around as I was spot locking, didn't feel the bite, reeled up, set the hook. The fish already kind of dropped it, and he got hooked right in the back. Otherwise, the only other scenario would be that he set the hook, he rolled, bait came out of his mouth and got him in the back. But when they're hooked in the back, they pull really hard, and you'll think you got a really big one on. Most of the time, you don't hook one on a jig in the back, though. That's kind of a strange situation. Look at this thing just go, Stelly. Just pulling Stella. Can you see into the water as good as I can? You can see the fish kind of sort of fighting there. There you go. All right, we got the back hooked walleye. He is a nice one. We're letting them all go anyways. Look at that. Isn't that a weird way to hook one with a jig? Whatever, I'll take it. It almost looks like this guy got halfway bit by a muskie too recently, unless that's just my line rolling up in it. So we can get him off here. There we go. No worse for the wear for that guy. There we go. Another nice walleye on the jig. Smoking them out here now. So we caught this first fish out of this pod and they just kind of spooked a little bit. So all I'm doing here is just kind of, I'm just going to drive myself farther into the weeds. Let's see if they just kind of sucked up a little tighter to this edge. The more you can do this, yep, right there. The more you can do this with a trolling motor, obviously, the better off you're going to be a lot of the times. All right, that's actually looking like a really good pod right there. So we're just going to spot lock down. I'll show you him on 360 again here. You can see him right there. And my guess is in a second here I'll be getting a bite. I might have kind of missed. And I should be right in him. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Sometimes it just works out for the video. Sometimes they help you out like this. Another nice fish. Man, just a lot of kind of quality 18 inches outside of the one freak we got. I love it. Can't beat it. Can't beat it one bit. This is actually a lot better than I thought today was going to go. Just for the overall lack of times I've been on this lake this year. And the few times I've been out here, it just hasn't been that good. But, you know, some of these lakes, obviously every lake fish is a little different. The shallow water bite on every lake in the fall is, you know, generally happening. But some lakes just fish better at different times of year. all day, coming right at me. There we go. Every single cast right now. Man, is this way better than I thought it was gonna be. Only boat out here. Besides, there's one boat, big barge taking all the docks out. But only boat fishing. That is just the amazing part about fall. Fish after fish up here on these shallow weed edge stuff. Scoop them up. Man, I don't really know what else there is to say. I got a feeling we could go around this whole lake just shooting them off the 360 and the side imaging up on these weeds and probably make a whole day out of this. The wind is blowing. It's cold out. But the walleyes are biting. Look at that. Too awesome. Let's let them go. See you later, buddy. Let's get one more for the gram, as the kids like to say. And we'll get out of here. No need to catch more than we need to. Look at this pot of fish behind me though. Wow. So there's a thick glob of weeds off the right side. And I can sit here working this jig backwards with the wind and just make cast after cast to them. And make sure that every single time I put that jig out there, I'm right in the fish. Unbelievable. Talk about just a cool way to fish. I'm just gonna scoop this, grab them quick. And look at that. There we go. Fish after fish after fish after fish up here in the weeds. And we're gonna leave them biting. No need to beat these fish up any more than I need to for a video. We could probably sit here and chase these fish around this area for another couple hours, but no need to do it. I think we're just gonna end it on that note right there. See you later, little buddy. But I do appreciate you guys watching this video. I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Fall, obviously one of every fisherman's favorite times to be in a boat. The lakes are normally empty, fish are normally biting and in predictable locations. Pitching around the 7.3 medium light Elliott rods with the Piscifun Carbon X 2000. If you guys want to pick either of these things up, I'll link them down below with some discounts. And I appreciate everything you guys do. Liking, commenting, subscribing on this channel. Got to make sure we get good audio because the wind's just crazy here. And I guess stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.